like to call to order the meeting of Town Council for the 85th meeting of the 40th Council, February 23rd, 2026. First order of business would normally be a moment of reflection, but I just would like to make a statement regarding something that's happened in Canada in the last couple of weeks. So I just want to say, on behalf of the residents of the town of Atikokan, I want to express our profound sorrow and solidarity with the community of Tumbler Ridge. Our hearts are with the families, friends, and first responders and all those affected by this devastating tragedy. We stand with you in grief and in support during your unimaginably difficult time. Tumbler Ridge is a town of about 2,400 people, so it really hit home that it's not a big city thing. It's something that could happen anywhere, and it happened in a town approximately the size of Atikokan. So as we go into a moment of reflection, I'd just like to give our thoughts to the people of Tumbler Ridge. Okay, thank you. Additions and approval of the agenda. Moved by Councillor Stimson, seconded by Councillor Martin. Resolved that the agenda for the 85th meeting of the 40th Council be approved as presented. In favor? Carried. I would also like to point out for the people at home, Councillor Knowles is joining us virtually. Councillor Shine and Councillor Lyons give their regrets. Next is disclosure of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof. It can be declared now or anytime during the meeting. Seeing none, we will move forward with the minutes from previous meeting. Committee of the Whole meeting minutes from February 9th. Moved by Councillor Martin, seconded by Councillor Stimson. Resolved that the minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting held February 9th, 2026 be received and filed. In favor? Carried. Next is the meeting minutes from February 9th. Moved by Councillor Stimson, seconded by Councillor Martin. Resolved that the minutes of the 84th meeting of the 40th Council held February 9th, 2026 be adopted as written. In favor? Carried. Is there any matters arising out of these minutes anyone would like to discuss? Seeing none, we will move to Committee of the Whole reports. And the first is Finance Bylaw number 16-26. Moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor Martin. Resolve that bylaw number 16-26, being a bylaw to adopt a salary administration for non-unionized staff policy, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. In favor? Carried. Next is a resolution to shorten budget amendment period. Would you like to speak to this, Clerk Bates?
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. The following resolution is just to shorten the 30-day amendment period for council. Council had 30 days once the mayor had presented the strong mayor budget. At our last meeting, council had agreed that there was no amendments, so we're shortening it to today. And after today, technically our budget is adopted. Brandy is working with her people to get the bylaws ready, and they'll be presented within the next couple weeks.
So I'll read the resolution. Moved by Councillor Martin, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Whereas Section 284 6.16 of the Municipal Act of 2001 outlines a statutory process for adoption of municipal budgets, including a 30-day budget amendment period that can be shortened by council resolution, and whereas the budget is deemed adopted at the end of the amendment period if there are no budget amendments approved by members of council, and therefore be it resolved that the 30-day council amendment period for the 26 municipal budget as provided in the Strong Mayor legislation be shortened to 24 days from March 1st, 2026 to February 23rd, 2026. I wasn't at the last council meeting and it was discussed. So I'll call the question in favor of this resolution. Carried. I'd like to thank administration for getting that work done on a tighter timeline than we usually had. And now we'll be able to bring that to pass the budget, and we'll be able to start business at a lot earlier time. Okay, next is Public Works, Airport Waste and Management, bylaw number 17-26. Moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor Martin. Resolve that bylaw number 17-26, being a bylaw to enter into an agreement with Circular Materials Ontario, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. I think Jason gave a great overview on that. So in favor of that resolution? Opposed? Carried. Moving on to supplementary committees, and we'll do Atikokan OPP Detachment Board. Councillor Johnson. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Community Services bylaw number 18-26. I'm sorry. Moved by Councillor Martin, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Resolve that bylaw number 18-26, being a bylaw to enter into an agreement with the Minister of Sport for the after-school program, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. In favor? Opposed? Councillor Simpson's not voting anymore. Carried. Now we'll move on to Police Services Board. Atikokan OPP Detachment Board. Councillor Johnson, meeting minutes from January 28th.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. You all have the minutes in front of you. I hope you've had a chance to read them. There's just a couple of items that I would like to highlight that, of course, everybody probably knows by now that Atikokan has gone back to 24/7 coverage in town, which is good news. At our meeting, it was discussed and that the OPP are going to start doing more going to the schools and mingling with the kids, which I think is a really, really good idea. And an amazing fact, I can't remember the percentage, excuse me, but the mental health calls in Atikokan has dropped significantly, whatever that word is. I think by 65%, Mayor, it wasn't somewhere around there?
Could be that around there, yeah.
And that is great news. So kudos to the police. So you can read the minutes at your time.
Anybody have any questions for Councillor Johnson? Yes, Councillor Stimpson.
Thank you, Mayor Brown. Mayor Ferguson, holy crap. Down at the back there at the last, the correspondence, there's a letter that was sent to Honorable Michael Kersner and about Police Service Board budget and the municipality strong mayor powers. What did that have to do with it? Because that...
I haven't got a clue.
Oh. Jason, do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, so there was some communication that was out from the province. It was just clarifying that police budgets were not under the realm of the strong mayor powers. So Council as a whole obviously has the ability to question those budgets that are presented, but they wouldn't fall under the same purview as the strong mayor powers.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So we don't have the power to negotiate or try to bring down the increase on police costing. It's something that a lot of municipalities have an issue with, and there's a lot of other, with the DSAB board, the Northwest Health Unit Board, those are a lot of fixed costs that municipalities are carrying the burden, but they don't have the power to set those budgets. So there is discussion on a number of those fixed costs that affect municipal budgets, and this was just referencing the police. We had an 11% increase on our OPP costing this year, and I just want to reiterate that it's not because we went to 24/7 policing costs, but it is something that's out of our control, and it is a cost that's passed down by the province. Any other questions for Councillor Johnson? Okay, seeing none, we'll move to Atikoka General Hospital Board. Meeting minutes from November 26. Councillor Knowles.
Thank you. Attached, you'll see the minutes. I was not able to attend that meeting in person. I was quite ill. Joys of winter. But I have had a chance to catch up as these minute meetings are a little bit dated now. Nothing really of significance to highlight, but just that our hospital continues to operate very well, very lean. It's an excellent operation. And with the usual challenges that are being presented province-wide by funding restrictions and trying to make the most out of the budgets that are available. So that said, our hospital and our entire health team is really at the forefront of making the most of what they have, and are doing an excellent job, and really have become a leader for a lot of hospitals that are looking to follow the practices. So kudos to everyone there who's really stepped up and made the most, because it has been quite challenging times, and a lot happening as our hospitals change and our communities change within them. So any questions, happy to field them, but like I said, attached are the minutes. Thank you.
Any questions for Councillor Knowles? Councillor, I know you weren't at the meeting, but I was just reading in the minutes that that Stacy Wood was happy to report that after 3 years, we no longer have any agency staff. We have recently hired 2 RPNs, and the staff were offering CPR training. So that is good news that we are not needing agency staff at this time. Is that correct?
We may be the only hospital that doesn't have agency staff, which is really a testament. And anyone unfamiliar with agency staff, they cost our hospitals a lot more, because they're not tied into the hospital the same way. It's almost like a guns for hire program. You bring in people to meet the immediate needs, but you pay a set rate that often can hamstring your budget when you're overwhelmed with having agency staff. We're lucky in that our management staff here have done a great job of turning agency personnel into full-time personnel who have located here and are becoming residents of our community. So again, a real kudos to them. And yeah, we've been very fortunate in that we haven't had to solicit a lot of outside services lately.
That is great news. CEO Young, maybe you can speak to this. I think you're more involved. Are we still have a full complement of doctors in town, or do we have 6? I seen something about a new person coming, but I don't know if we lost another one.
Yeah, so we currently have provincial funding for 7 FTE doctors, and we do have 7 right now. So we do have a new doctor in, but that does give us a full complement.
That's great. And that's when you go to listen to other municipalities and you hear how they're struggling with a doctor shortage in their communities, and we have 7 doctors in Atikoka, and it's a real testament to the work that they do at the hospital, and and it's great for Atikokan, and it's great for the things that we do. And just want to say that we had a discussion with the Minister of Health a couple years ago about funding a 7th doctor, and Minister Jones was committed to, if we could recruit a 7th one, that the province would pay for that 7th one. So I think it was a good thing. It was a good win when we were at AMO meeting with the minister, for sure. Any other questions on hospital? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to the District of Rainy River Services Board. So the highlight package. One thing that I want to talk about is there was talk about North Star School and DSAB looking at getting North Star School and converting it into apartments. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for Northern Ontario, there is a program where they're looking at taking these buildings and converting them. But unfortunately for Atikokan, they're only doing the buildings that the DSAB currently owns. So as the DSAB doesn't currently own North Star, it didn't fit the criteria for this program. They did buy a school a number of years ago in Fort Frances, which did fit the program, and they're using it as a daycare, and they're looking at converting it into affordable housing, but unfortunately there's nothing for Atikokan in this program. We're also, Deb Ewald was acclaimed as chair, and Andrew Halikas, the mayor of Fort Frances, was acclaimed as vice chair for the board for the coming year. So any questions regarding DSAB? Okay, seeing none, we will move to in-camera meeting. And since we are not coming out of in-camera back into session, it's moved by Councillor Stimpson, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Resolved that this council committee proceed in camera in order to address the matter pertaining to litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality and local boards. In favor of going into council or in camera? Carried. And have a last resolution, moved by Councillor Stimpson, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Resolved that this meeting do now adjourn. In favor? Carried. Thank you, everyone.